I remember at this stage of the van build, we were really pressed for time because we were about halfway through. We just done phase 1, stripped down the van completely. Phase 2, build up the van so we have a shell with insulation and walls all done. And aside from that, we were coming in every day and doing about 5 hours work on the curriculum for online teaching.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a hard time, wasn't it?
Definitely, yeah. So I think you ended up doing the most of the van build while I was focusing on our curriculum, because it was just too crazy to do both, like to do van build and curriculum in the same day. And also at that point you started doing carpentry, and I wasn't able to help you that much with that. But you enjoyed that. That was good fun for you, actually building the inside of a bus, and your dad came to help a few times, and it was really good.
Yeah. And I think, like he said at that point, you spend about 3 hours talking and then half an hour doing the work, and that's when all the really good work gets done because you planned it out for so long. So you see builders like having a cup of tea, but that's how you discuss what needs to get done. So many aspects go into like getting something done. You know, cutting out a piece of wood, you think about where it has to go, how it has to lie, how you move it around, you know, where you're making the cuts, measuring everything, making it all super detailed. So it's really quite a lot of preparation.
Definitely,
And then to go on from that, so we had this half of planning and preparation, and then this half of making sure that we were working through and doing things on the fly, like building inside the van, because we didn't know what space we were going to be working with until this was already done.
Oh yeah.
So what's the point in measuring it and making all those plans when you don't know what space you've got?
That's true.
Yeah, so for example, we had the kitchen go in quite organically, where we were just fixing things to the wall and to the floor and just getting the space made out. Board piece by piece by making the widest dimensions, making a box and then building up from the box.
Yes.
You know, whereas something like doing the back doors or the main slide out toilet bit for the shower, we took a bit more time to prepare exact specifications because we knew it had to fit certain things. And
at that point we spent a lot of time buying things as well, right? Like, well, we spent a lot of time just it's crazy how much time I spent during the whole build researching what to buy and actually buying things, ordering things online. Like, it was so much of it. So,
and like you need a little set of screws or a little specific piece to do something. Hello there! So it's a new week and we got a lot done last week. We got the kitchen area all made up, roughed up I mean. Got to be panelled and I had a couple of cupboards to that still. Made a mock off the wardrobe, which is going to be the back of the shower unit as well. So this is all in here nice and solid now. We've got some storage space in here, some underneath, around the sides a little bit there. We've got this big compartment to store our duvets and pillows in when we put the bed away. Just some extra storage in there as well for bits and pieces. And down here we've put in the rails for our toilet. I'll show you here. That slides out, as you can see. We've got the toilet out into there, and then we'll have a little catch and it slides away. Just going to route this out so it sits a bit lower and it's a bit lighter, and I'll show you the bed. So here's the bed slats. We got this for free from someone who got a new bed, and I'm just repurposing that. Going to cut these all down and make a sliding fixture. So it's going to mount onto the side of this. I'm going to cut that down to that line where this meets there. So that's that. But we've got the strong corner piece from the bed as well, which will go in there. I'll put some wood attached to that, so the corner piece will be supported underneath, and that'll give us a big wide area for our vertical strut, which is what it's going to be. These pieces, which have come off an IKEA table that somebody was giving away for free as well. So this whole bed and all this timber has been entirely free. These came with the mahogany and were a big piece of kitchen unit, which I noticed were just all these wood slats glued together. So I've run them through the table saw and they're about 2 meters each. I've got a ton of them over here now, and I've actually got another board or another table in here, which, as you can see, a load of big thick slats of wood, so those will be good, those boards. Yeah, and here are the corner pieces from the bed, so we're going to repurpose all of that. Still got some mahogany there, loads of timber, loads of ply left. I'm going to get on making up the bed. So this bed is literally the last piece of the puzzle. Once this is done, then we can start actually putting things in to the van and get all the details made up. It's the last bit of proper construction that needs to be done. I do appreciate that right now you're pretty much watching someone put together an IKEA bed, but there will be customization, it will be modified, it will be special, so don't worry. There's the back bed frame and the bit that's going to go by the shower cupboard storage area, and this is going to back onto the seats. So we've got no lip there so that we can have a bit of an extension to the bed there when it's pulled out on this bit, and the mattress can overhang so that our feet are comfortable there. This back rail slide in and out on both ends. There are some supports under there which I may continue all the way through, but for now that's the plan, to put a strut there so that basically when it gets to this point it doesn't drop out. This will pull out as this pulls out, which will carry the other half of the bed, and so we'll have alternating boards drilled in here and here, which will be reflected by here and here. So this will slide with this. And once that's done, I will build the floor supports. Okay, now we strip them, let's cut them. So I was running low on battery, so I didn't film that, but here they are. And we've got some nice offcuts as well. So let's go back over there. Okay, so once this is done, we can test the mechanism, and once that is working properly and tested, then we'll be able to put in some support and build it up off the floor, make everything actually fit into the van. Okay, so this is the part where you either have a bed that is really bad and poorly made, or a good bed that functions well and slides well. So typically that's the end that pulls out. If you pull it out, you can see this bar will be pulling out, and then at the end on both sides there's nothing, there's no support to stop it falling down, because this has weight, so when it goes out and hits the edge of the triangle, it falls out, falls away. So on the underside, I'm just going to attach the other 2 triangles and bridge the gap. I've not put a base in yet, but this is just to test the size and spacing. It all fits fine. You know, unless you do a lot of measuring beforehand, build it inside the van, otherwise you could end up building this whole thing and it doesn't fit. But what I was saying, basically, if you pull out, it can slide down the back if you, you know, like it would fall downwards if you didn't have anything to stop that. So rather than put anything in the middle, obviously when it lifts up, and you know, I want to be able to maybe have some support there, but what I've done is, you can probably see it here, is put these, is that blue? So that lets the bar slide along all the way without falling through the back. And it slides quite nicely. I might actually put in a couple of corner blocks onto that, just so that it doesn't do this. You see it kind of rocks side to side a bit. Obviously, if I put some corner blocks on those end pieces, it will have more of a width along the edge, so it won't be able to rotate so much. But that's just kind of adding details of, you know, efficiency, or you know, making it more practical. So today's job, making these flip up hinged areas for accessing the electrical system. Once I've got a straight edge either side of this, then I will just build a faceplate and stuff like that. So I may have some static panels. Having these as little electrical areas, you know, it'd be back up as a little bit of extra storage as well if we have anything, you know, like a long bar or just little bits and pieces we want to keep out of the way. Some extra storage there, why not use it? Rita is going to get the insulation put onto the back side of this door, or these doors, and then I can go through and screw them all down and then route out the windows so we have our windows back and more light in the van. Alright, gonna get cracking. It's music video time. Bang bang shot dead, go back.
Can you please stop? I'm trying to sit and get some books done.
Oh, okay. Now some craziness for a bit.
You know, I really hate to say it. The government don't want to see it. But if Martin Luther was living, he wouldn't like his feet. No, 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 yeah, no, no.
Is you confused? I don't know. We also have a beautiful windowsill. Oh yeah. Wow. And this is all secured in now. What's Rita doing?
The reflectives on the back door, and then we're gonna put the panels on it. So that's all I'm doing right now.
She really wants to get back to working on the online project. So.
Also, I want to finish the van.
Yep. So we do both.
Split between 2 worlds.
Or 3 worlds.
3 worlds. I don't know, like millions.
All I want to say is that she don't really care about the bus.
I care about the bus. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. But also, I hate deadlines, and deadlines are important to me.
Batteries have just arrived, as well as the shower paneling, which Marge is having a good sniff of. We've also received just now our MPPT charger, or solar controller, I mean. Under there is the Duralite split relay. We've got a few other bits and pieces around here. This is all just full of electronics and other bits and pieces that need to go in the van. Hello, wonderful people. So, we are on the final stretch to the end. We've got 99% of the things that are going in this van, in this house. So, all we're doing now is building it in. Okay, so right now we're starting to panel off some of the edges. Got measurements to cut. My dad's in there fixing up the sideboard we've already cut. So everything's going to start to look like a finished piece now, which is cool. Right, I need to cut some big pieces, and that's going to do it, I think. Big old slab of wood.
You're talking to your camera again.
Yeah, talking. Thank you.
So the bed frame really consists of these 6 mahogany blocks that are stuck to the floor. We made sure they were bolted in really nice and tight, and they were all the same height. And then we went ahead and connected them together with long oak boards so that it was all nice and secure for our slide out frame to go on top.
Now I'll show you. Yesterday we put together the bed frame, and this is now solidly attached to the floor, and gives us all the space for our batteries and under bed storage. Couple of little things to just get this working with the hinges and the struts, and that will flip up fine. We borrowed some extra space from here, so actually now, like, your feet go over here into this little cubby hole. Cut that down so that this can still open up, and this little space becomes a place for feet, or in the daytime when it's a sofa, you can sort of sit in there. We'll put a little reading light up here, which will be quite cool. I'm hoping that in the next couple of days, framing of that will be done, kitchen will be pretty much done, and the bed as well. So we'll have these 3 things, the 3 main pieces of household utility areas done, and then it will just be cosmetic stuff, you know, after the wiring and plumbing, cosmetics. So let's get cracking.
I remember the garage was such a mess. It's hard finding bits of wood between all of the pieces that were stacked up.
So first of all, we've installed these hinged doors on the bottom. That all has a hinge system at the back, and it's nice and secure. It's a fully working bed, so this is great. This is one thing that's been done. We've faced this off as well and screwed all this down. This is all nice and solid, not going anywhere. Also just made a little panel for this section, and that's going to be another flip down door just to access the other bits of storage. Not much storage, but it's good for something, so that's why that's there. Finished off this little kitchen area, so our water tank is going to go in that vacant space below, which slides out to the back as well. Got a little diaphragm pump here, so this is going to do all the work for pumping the water around. Possibly putting the gas tank there, and switching it, putting the heater there. This is going to be the back of we're going to have a triangular cupboard here. That's just going to slide in and out. Actually, this is the back of the kitchen unit. You see here, there's going to be like a little space for some herbs. So we have a little herb garden built onto there. See here, this is going to be the base of our kitchen cupboard. So that goes on there like that. It's going to be screwed into the wall, which is got a fixing to this whole rib system that connects the roof to the body. And then that will go in there like that. I'll secure that to the metal. Then we'll have a big panel that comes out like that, and the corner of this will be fixed to the roof. Box it out, and that will be a very strong kitchen cupboard. We've got our shower panels ready to go in. I think I'm just going to put some foam boarding across the back so we don't get any splits or bits of metal sticking into the plastic to break it. Today's job is going to be the kitchen counter. I've got 2 pieces to fix together, and I've just bought these kitchen router set pieces. So that's today's job, get that done. Once that's done, crack on with something else. So yeah, that's just a little update on where we're at so far. I've now made a list of odd jobs as well, because there's a few things that I need to go around and fix, or just finish up, like the area above the back door, the fan, these little areas. I need to seal the edges of the plyboard so they don't start getting weakened by moisture and things like that. Oh, last thing I've also done. So I've made these door panels with padded vinyl. Yeah, but anyway, that's the door panels. Time to get on with our kitchen.
How thick our kitchen counter is. Crazy.
Not gonna be that thick though.
Yeah, you're gonna route it out.
You need to like chop it. Look, like such a thick bit there.
Yeah. It's a massive difference.
That's straight.
What do you have, Anthony?
And a weird saw.
Long. Smooth?
Nearly.
Not good enough!
So when it came to attaching the counter together, I used these two hidden bolts that you can attach from the other side, and to hide the join on the other side, I mixed a bit of sawdust together with the wood glue and then painted it in the seal at the end as well.
So I'll just show you. Made a couple of cabinets for the kitchen. So this one is the deep drawer, which will have sort of cutlery, I guess, or maybe some cups, things like that. I'm not sure. This is the biggest, deepest drawer in the thing, apart from the fridge drawer. Did this one with dovetail joints. You know, first time I've really done dovetail joints, so not too bad. It's come out okay. There's a few gaps here and there, and this is just sort of like where it's, you know, where I routed it out and there's like a thin layer left. Second one I did was this, and I've done this one with dowels. So I like the way this one's come out. It's really strong. It's made with oak, and yeah, it's made a nice. This is going to be our little sort of spice rack with condiments and, you know, sauces, maybe some wine in there as well. So that's a handy little one. And last, the corner drawer. So it goes like that. And this one pulls in and out, and these just all need to be boarded up, so I'm going to work on facing these ones up, and once that's done, put the rails in and our kitchen should be ready to go. The runners for these I actually recycled from an old filing cabinet. It was quite dusty and rusted, so I just took a wire brush to it and then painted it with the anti-rust chemical that we had already bought for the van exterior.
So because our kitchen is custom, I took the outlined panel back into the van and then marked directly where each of the holes would be cut.
Well, it fits, and I'm going to use this little section here for something, which I'll show you later. So I've got a fun job of cutting all this out now. Long on there, all the drawers here, horizontal cupboard thingy, and the corner, and the big section for the fridge. And it fits! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, you got stuff going on. Oh yeah, drawers open. Yeah. Got a big hole for your refrigerator. And those go in there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm done. It's New Year's Eve, so I'm gonna go get my drink on. Party. Stuff people say at the end of the video, and bye bye.
Next time, we'll be sanding the exterior of the whole van and putting on a fresh coat of paint. One of my favorite jobs during the van build. Also, we install our 300-watt solar panel. See you next time!